GTA Online this week is packed. There are 5 things you absolutely do not want to miss, from limited time login unlocks, free cars and returning vehicles, and so much more. I will be breaking down the best things to grab before the new event week comes around. Let's get into it. This event will be lasting until September 4th, so at the time of this video going live, you guys should just have enough time to get everything you want and hopefully not miss anything. The first thing that I want to cover will be the login unlocks and the different clothing items. We actually have a lot of things to cover in this section. First of all, if you guys log into GTA Online, which many of you guys have probably already done by now, you will unlock the Panther Torch jacket. A really nice looking one. I love the Panther on the back with the KO pre-code text. And when this event week started, I was really surprised that Rockstar made this just a login unlock, not even tied to any sort of challenge. If you guys remember back to the last event week, we also had this $1 million bonus, or $2 million if you have GTA Plus. This bonus is still active through this event week as well, all the way up until September 17th. So it's not really tied to this event week, but I thought I would mention it anyway, just in case you guys have not logged into GTA Online yet. I got this free $1 million in the last event week, and you guys will have plenty of time to become eligible for this reward. The last thing that we have here is to participate in the new KO Precode Survival, and I think this is a good one as well because you just need to participate. It does not matter if you don't complete it, maybe survive a few waves, and you will unlock the I survived KO Precode T. I know on screen it does say within 72 hours, however you will actually get this instantly after doing that, so really nice. And as you guys can see in the gameplay, this is what the t-shirt looks like and where you can find it. In the sim section, I also want to include the weekly challenge because it sort of ties into some of these login unlocks, specifically the KO Precode Survival. If you complete all 10 waves of any survival, you will receive the Buccaneer outfit and $100,000. So another sort of clothing item you can get, and it is really your choice if you want to survive the KO Precode Survival, complete all 10 of them waves, or instead just play something a lot easier, like one of these standard survivals. That is completely your choice, but make sure that you do this before the new event. This next section will probably be one of the shorter ones because we do have the bonus money, and in all seriousness, I think the bonus money this week was kind of poor. The main one I want to highlight will be the KO Precode Survival, having a double money and RP payout, or 4 times money and RP with GTA Plus. This will probably give you some more incentive to play these things. If you guys are wondering where this survival is, because it can be quite difficult to find, you can find it in the online tab by selecting jobs, player jobs, Rockstar created, survivals, and you will see it right near the top. If you have not played this survival, I would at least give it a try once, see what you genuinely think. It is worth noting, it is much easier to play this with other players, especially friends, because you can communicate, and using things like the minigun, Combat MG Mark II, and Assault Shotgun will make this very quick and easy. In terms of payouts, I do have a GTA Plus membership currently, and I got around $174,000 doing this completely solo. It is worth mentioning you can get just a little bit more than this if you play with crew members and friends. There is slight bonuses from doing that, so if you wanted to grind this for money, that would probably be your best option. For some discounts this week, alongside the bonus money, these ones were not that good in my opinion, but we still had some pretty nice things that you might want to get, and I always think it is worth mentioning discounts, because of course everyone else likes different things. I prefer different supercars and sports cars. The first discount was on the Kasatka's cosmetic upgrades, so you can change the colour of your Kasatka for completely free, so not a great discount, but because it is free, I still think it is worth it. Saving any money in GTA Online is always nice, especially with the high prices. We then had a 30% off all of these things, so we also got the Kasatka upgrades with 30% off. I think this is definitely one of the best discounts. Before this event week dropped, I pretty much had the standard things on the Kasatka and really only had the Moonpool vehicle, and because of this discount I did just buy everything. It did still cost me a ton of cash, so if you guys are going to do the same thing, just be aware of this. And just looking through the rest of these discounts, if I was going to choose at least 2 vehicles, I would probably go for the Baller ST and the Insurgent pickup. The Penumbra FF as well is not too bad, and you might also notice the Vito Classic and Vito Modern. These are essentially just go-karts. Really fun to mess around with, in fact. You can find them in the specials tab. The last discounts were at the gun van, where you could get a 30% off the L Strickler rifle, and for GTA Plus members, a 40% off the Widowmaker. Would I recommend either one of these weapons? I would probably say yes. The L Strickler rifle is by no means the best weapon in the game. However, if you guys play in assisted aim full lobbies, on controller, the El Strickler rifle does feel a little bit unique in the sense it can lock on quite far away. It almost feels like you're using the Combat MG Mark II in terms of how far you can lock on. Obviously damage wise, definitely not the same. And it also has some built-in tracer rounds which are kind of useless. And the Widowmaker is just essentially the minigun but reskinned. I think it's really cool to have. If you guys are bored of using the regular minigun and have GTA Plus, you might want to try and get this. At this point in the video, we now have some event week specific money methods. These things refresh with each and every event. The first thing that we got was the new FIB priority file called the Black Box file. I got around to completing this one and doing all of the bonus challenges, getting me an additional $50,000. In my opinion, I think this is probably the second best FIB file. I don't think it takes too long to set up, and the bonus challenges are pretty straightforward and simple to complete. Definitely worth doing if you guys have the time to complete it. We also got the new salvage yard robberies. At first glance, it looks pretty simple or basic because we only have a top tier vehicle, standard tier vehicle, and a low tier vehicle. But when you actually go inside the salvage yard, log onto the computer, the Atali RSX will be selling for just over $400,000, which will be right at the top of the top tier vehicles. If you have a salvage yard and have not done this yet, you probably just want to do with the RSX. And if you have more additional time, complete all three of these things and make just over $1 million. The last event week money method is the time trials. The standard time trial is located here on your map, and the HSW time trial is over here. Always worth completing at least one of these things. Then again, it really depends if you guys play on the expanded and enhanced edition or not. The standard time trial will get you $100,000, and the HSW time trial will get you $250,000. And finally, to round out this video, we now have some free and returning cars. I might even say this is probably the second best section. I do think the first section with the login unlocks is the best, but some of the vehicles we got this week, which were returning, are so nice. We first of all start off with our free cars. We have the Lucky Wheel podium vehicle, which is the Willard Eudora. If you want to get this for free, just spin the Lucky Wheel and hopefully you can get this. The second free vehicle was inside the LS car meet, and it is the prize ride. This is the Ubermax Xeon Classic. To get this for free, you need to place top 5 in the LS Car Meet series. This should not be too difficult to complete, especially if you guys just run this with a friend or invite a random player and take turns to win the race. If you are confused on what the LS Car Meet series are, it is things like the drift races, drag races, and pursuit races. I also do think there is one more race, and I always seem to forget it, but a lot of people will just tend to play the drag races. They are really quick to complete and will get you the LS Car Meet prize ride in no time at all. Onto some returning vehicles, we had Simeon's Auto Shop first. A pretty nice selection. All of them will be returning, and just bear in mind these things will be probably gone by the next event, meaning you cannot purchase them. If I was going to suggest one of these vehicles, I would probably say that the 770 or the Rapid GT would probably be my go-to picks. But before you purchase any of these vehicles, I always recommend that you test drive them, a huge benefit of Simeon's Auto Shop. Another place that you can also test drive some returning cars will be over at the LS Car Meet, and I think these are the best returning vehicles. We have the Benefactor Feltzer, the Coil Voltic, and the Rapid GT Classic. I have been waiting for such a long time for the Feltzer to return, so I went ahead and bought 2 of these things. I love how these ones look. For one of the first cars in GTA Online, it is probably up there with some of the cleanest ones you can get. We also had the new HSW test ride, which is the Vigero ZX. I think the livery on this one looks really cool, so I went ahead and purchased this as well. The final thing I want to include in this section is the Luxury Autos dealership. I tend to not want to include this one because you cannot test drive the vehicles, but this week has 2 really nice cars. We have the Bravado Banshee GTS and the LSCM Jester RR. No matter what version of GTA Online you guys play on, the Banshee GTS will be a really nice pickup. It can obviously have the HSW upgrades, making it the fastest HSW car. And even without these upgrades applied, the Banshee GTS is extremely fast. I believe it has a top speed of around 138 miles per hour, only just beating out things like the Pariah. So yeah, that will be 5 things that you want to take advantage of before the new event comes around on September 4th. Like I mentioned, I do think the login unlocks this week make this event week a lot better. I also love some of these returning cars, but I'm definitely intrigued to hear what you guys think. Have you done some of these different login unlocks yet? Or even played the new KO Preco's Survival? Make sure that you leave a comment below. And as always, if you went on to enjoy this video or found it useful in any way, way, shape or form. Make sure to leave a like, I always appreciate your support. And if you are new here and like what you see, subscribe and hit that bell icon to never miss a video. Finally guys, stay safe, thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.